Critchley, thank you very much for joining us on that. You are staying with us, but we will bring you all the updates ongoing in that developing situation over in Texas. We move on to another United States-related development where in a sharp escalation of their public feud, US President Donald Trump took aim at tech billionaire Elon Musk, calling him a train wreck. Let's listen in to what Trump had to say.
That's not starting a third party. I think it's ridiculous to start a third party. We have a tremendous success with the Republican Party. The Democrats have lost their way, but it's always been a two-party system. And I think starting a third party just adds to confusion. It really seems to have been developed for two parties. Third parties have never worked. So he can have fun with it, but I think it's...
Trump's outburst comes after Musk announced he was forming a new political party, the America Party, deepening a rift that's been widening over policy and power. Trump claimed Musk had backed him despite knowing he would scrap the electric vehicle mandate, a move Musk now opposes amid falling Tesla shares. The president also defended his decision to withdraw the NASA nomination of Jared Isaacman, a close ally of Elon Musk, citing concerns over conflicts of interests. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent added that while Musk's government-cutting efforts were popular, his company's boards wants him back in the boardroom and not in politics. Musk later said backing a candidate for president is not out of the question, but the focus for the next 12 months is on the House and the Senate. We're once again joined by Spencer Critchley to discuss this in further detail. Spencer, a public feud that's been going on for at least a couple of weeks now, a huge spat of, some would say, the two most powerful people in the world's richest man and the President of the United States. First of all, what does this launch of this new party mean for US politics? Do you see this causing a rift? And given the past actions of independents running in US elections, what will this mean for the future of US politics?
Yes, and of course, it's hard to know who to root for when you have a fight between two bad guys. It makes it particularly confusing. I think that in one way, Trump is right here in that, you know, as you suggest as well, the history of third parties in the United States is not a good one. And instead, they do tend to play a spoiler role. The Democrats have suffered from this several times in the past, where independent candidates have siphoned off just enough votes to split the Democratic vote and lead to a loss to the Republican candidate that year. Ralph Nader was notorious for this, and more recently, the Green Party does this every cycle. They mount a candidate who has no hope, but who siphons off Democratic votes.
Do you see the opposite happening here, Spencer? There is a rift appearing in the Republican Party, mainly over the issues of foreign policy in regards to the bombing of Iran, and also now we've seen most recently the voting in the big, beautiful bill passing. What are your thoughts on the future? And Elon Musk has mentioned those crucial midterms which are coming up in the most recent times.
Yeah, and actually I have to say, although I think, you know, Elon Musk's understanding of politics and government in general is abysmal, and in many ways childish actually, he is onto something in his latest comments when he talks about focusing on just 2 or 3 Senate races and maybe 2 or 3 House races. That's a lot smarter than thinking you're going to launch a major national party that's going to compete across all of the major offices in the House and Senate and for the presidency. And that could give him a great deal of leverage and possibly force Republicans to negotiate with him. He may not end up winning any seats in the end, but I think he could certainly spook them into perhaps giving him some concessions where he wants them.
Yes, thank you very much, Spencer. We now move on to some more information where US President Donald Trump has signed off